Candidates, party foot soldiers and other stakeholders in the political scene chomping at the bit to begin electioneering processes with a key date in 2023 in sight. In Kano, the table is set, but who will the people anoint as the next helmsman in the quicksand made by cross-carpeting and new alliances? Also on Political Update today, the National Rescue Movement on a rescue mission, but there is the initial mission to rescue the party from itself. We have details of this and more on our lineup. I am Fisayo Gunfuyi. Welcome. The deputy woman leader of the All Progressives Congress, Zainab Abubakar Ibrahim, has been galvanizing the interest of youths in Kano State towards more political involvement to determine the future of the state.
This is an assembly of party members under the auspices of the APC Youth Stakeholders Forum. The Kano meeting is to re-strategize and exchange ideas on how to promote the policies of the governing party and ensure its victory in the upcoming general elections. Also discussed is the future of the Nigerian youth after the elections, especially the need for increased participation in governance.
Stimulation, youth inclusiveness and innovation are key priorities in the development of any state because it is the agenda of Bat and Kashim Shettima.
For the APC Deputy National Women Leader Zainab Abubakar Ibrahim, Nigerian youth have come of age. She, however, challenged them to be resilient and patriotic in serving their land as done by young politicians of the 20th century.
We must continue to organize and mobilize our youth to advance the struggle against poverty and unemployment.
She and other speakers also stressed the importance of permanent voter card, which they described as indispensable in future elections.
Staying in Kano, our first guest is the Deputy Governor of the state and the governorship candidate of the APC for Kano State. I'm talking about Nasiru Yusuf Gawuna. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for joining us on Political Update today. If you can hear me. All right, so many tales of acrimony trailed your emergency in terms of, what happened in the state. The other contestant was saying one thing or the other. But is everything now, everybody's all hands on the plow towards next year's election? Has everybody, achieved some level of understanding moving forward?
Yeah, it was quite exclusive. But I told you that we have seen our mistakes, and this second tenure we have done wonderfully well, and I'm sure a lot of people will agree that wherever we made mistake, we have tried to mend it. And as the deputy governor, I've been part of the government, I know that, and the candidature of each party speaks for itself. And I'm sure when you're talking about credibility, when you're talking about people of capacity, and then what the government has done, because almost all that are contesting with me now have been part of this party or another, and have been in government one time or another. People of Kano State are there to judge, and they know who the best candidate is. And I'm sure we have done well in selecting all our candidates in the state, and I'm sure God's willing we're going to win all our elections.
Your Excellency, I must ask you this question. Last time it was PDP breathing down your necks. Now we have the NMPP as well, also in the ring and making some inroads. And they said even the carpet in Kano is wearing thin. People are cross-carpeting over, coming to your side. Some are going to another side and all that. They have to even bring people to clean the carpets these days because of the politics in Kano. So how would you get all this into the mix? Because once we push towards election, you know how it is with politicians. It seems as if sometimes they say it's anywhere belle face.
Let me say that the division in PDP is an additional advantage to us. Part of the people from PDP now went to another party, and then we are still intact. APC has remained intact. And when you look at cross-carpeting, the people that are cross-carpeting, you look at those that cross-carpet because of contest. Some people cross-carpet because of their aspirations, maybe because they lost in the primaries. That is why they cross-carpet. But when you look at the people that are cross-carpeting from other parties to our party, there are people that believe in the ideals and the principles of our party. And people that have belief in principles and the party are the right people that will work for you and will work for the success. But the people that are only cross-carpeting because they want to contest, they are only working for themselves.
All right, I'm
working for the party and principles. You only need to build your party, because contest will come at any time and one can be able to get it.
All right, time is not our friend, but the last question for this segment will go to you like this. Is it on this job that you grew so much grace due to the stress, or it's natural? Because a lot of people have said the political terrain could be a bit treacherous. It seems as if we're looking at your very handsome face, but a lot of grace there.
This is natural because the whole of our family is like that. And maybe earlier on, because I don't leave the bed, that is why people don't see that. I've been the chairman of my local government from 2004. And since 2004, I've been in government. I've been in government of the Shekarau administration. I've been in the government of Konkoso administration. And now I'm in the Gandujas administration. So if you even call it stress, it's enough for me to have that stress, because I have been in this government for 3 consecutive governments, and I have garnered a lot of experiences from all these governments.
All right, let's agree, Your Excellency.
All these. And but let me tell you that it's natural.
All right. Let's agree, Your Excellency, that your gray bears also stands for experience. But some people are telling me at the background that if you have grace here, now, when you are governor, you grow more grace, probably even white. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. We'll still speak with you, hopefully live. Next time we'll speak and then get you, of course, to speak about some other issues as well in the course of your campaigning. Thank you very much. We've had the Deputy Governor Kano State Narsur Yusuf Gawuna. He is the governorship candidate of the All Progressives Congress for that state. Now, barely 2.5 months after the National Rescue Movement had its 2022 National Convention, some members of the party have declared the national chairman, national organizing secretary of the party as expelled from the party. Led by the chairman, Seidu Dandadao, the faction took the decision at what it called the second quarter NEC meeting.
They stood together at the Center United on 2nd of June 2022 at the National Convention that produced Mazi Anyajike as presidential candidate of National Rescue Movement. But after 2.5 months, it seems the Center can no longer hold in the National Rescue Movement. At this meeting presided by Chairman Board of Trustees of the party, Senator Seidu Dansadao, this faction of the party has declared National Chairman of the party, Isaac Ude, and National Organizing Secretary, Muhammad Issa, Publicity Secretary and Treasurer expelled from the party over allegation of forgery, fraud, extortion and misappropriation of party funds.
The chairman of the party and the National Organizing Secretary forged the signature of the duly elected and the bona fide presidential candidate of the party, and he claimed he had voluntarily withdrawn.
I went to INEC So when they saw the counter letter that my signature was forged, they put a stop on it. When I left the place around 4, 5, not up to 1 hour, somebody called me from my neck that they have removed my name, that a substitution has already taken place.
The NEC members appointed Dambuba Muhammad as the new acting national chairman of the party, Obedike Okolo as national secretary in a newly constituted party executive committee. In a telephone conversation, the allegedly disposed national chairman Isaac Ude insisted that he is still in charge and branded the meeting an illegal gathering.
The meeting is illegal and then it's taken their null and void and of no effect. They don't have power to call meeting.
A party which says it is on a mission to rescue Nigeria from socio-economic hardship may itself be relying on the courts to rescue itself before the general election.
All right, political update also to the rescue. So joining us in the studio now is Mazi Okudilinwa Anyajike, presidential candidate of the National Rescue Movement, NRM. Last time we spoke, you said you were on a mission to rescue the nation. It seems the cost may be the ones to rescue you first from the machinations in the party.
Thank you very much, Fisayo. Actually, you're right, because they say charity begins at home. And if we cannot rescue ourselves from the miscreants in the party, from criminals, from people who want to get rich because it's election year, I don't think we can rescue Nigeria. So I stand on the quality of rescue mission that we are bringing to Nigeria, that yes, we must clean our own house from criminals. The only language is criminals. I mean, how can somebody who called himself the national chairman of the party connive with the organizing secretary and about 7 members of the NEC who think that it's time for them to make money and maybe become an impediment for them from achieving their purpose, and forge my signature, take it to INEC, and try to substitute my name? I will not say they have substituted my name, but they try to substitute it because in the sense that, yes, there is a lacuna now between who is actually the presidential candidate, because there are 2 names there. My name is there. I got my certified true copy of INEC report on my primaries. My primaries, like you just show on your screen, was duly televised, monitored by INEC, DSS, the police, and nationwide people saw it. Now, this candidate, based on an electoral act, where did they conduct his own primaries?
But before we go into that, it's the members of the ESCO who did this. But what you are telling us now is that you did not consent to withdraw whatever the party.
I never withdrew. The signature there, if you look at the original signature of my signature and the one they have, they're totally different. When they were perpetrating the act, they were scrambling my signatures on paper in order to get it. Somebody saw them. We have a copy of those scrambles they were doing. They don't know that somebody have the scramble of where they're trying to scramble to get my signature correctly. And the national leader told them that do whatever you want to do to convince Mazi to agree to withdraw willingly. But forging his signature, he's not part of it. And the national leader is the BOT chairman of the party. He said in one of his interviews, the dismissed chairman, that we don't have BOT. How can a chairman of a party open his mouth in a national television and say a party regulated by INEC does not have a BOT? And so how does the party function?
You are talking with so much passion, and even the whole process now needs some rescuing. But the issue is this, people want to buy into these ideas and the ideals of your party. We are not even talking of ideology yet.
Yes.
But there's a lot of quarrel in the corridor already.
Yes.
Those ones say that what you have done is null and void. You say it's no longer the chairman. So where are we at the moment? Any cause for reconciliation, or is headlong to the courts?
We are already in courts, 1. And you can understand that the party have constitution. The constitution says that the national chairman can call a meeting, or to take majority of the NEC. On the day of our meeting, we have almost like 130 members of the NEC that came on our side. They are only 7 in numbers. So how can they? So you mean that if the chairman is a chairman and he can call a meeting, if the chairman have a gross misconduct, nobody can correct him? Even the president can be corrected when he messed up. So what are you talking about a common chairman of a party? How can we rescue Nigeria if we don't clean our house? I stand on the motion that yes, NRM must be cleansed from these miscreants, fraudsters, criminals, before we can go out and tell Nigerians we want to rescue them.
Those ones have said what you have done is null and void. You have expelled them. Who is expelling who?
If they said, first of all, on the day of the meeting, they tried to stop the police from for us having the meeting. We were in the police station from 10 o'clock in the morning till about 7 p.m. in the evening before we get approval to sign a bond of undertaking that we're not going to cause any security breach. We had a meeting. If our we are not strong, why are they trying to stop our meeting? So we have all the authority based on the party constitution to expel them. And they have been duly expelled. So anybody who is dealing with them anywhere is doing it at his own risk.
But the case is still in court.
We are in court. The court is only there to justify the action we have taken. But the action we have taken stands.
They too say what you have done is null and void as well.
They should bring the proof.
All right. Let's quickly move on. We'll come back to your last lines because all this period now you have not had any time to campaign. You have had to run back home to rescue. Anyway, let's move quickly. Political and opinion leaders in Kogi, including some former political appointees, say all hands are now on deck on the plow to push the party to victory in the 2023 general elections.
That we have to try to see how we reset the country out of three major crack lines: ethnicity, religion, and class. And when you look at it, poverty doesn't know whether you are a Muslim or you are a Christian. Insecurity doesn't know whether you are a Muslim or you are a Christian. Whether you are a Muslim or you are a Christian, the two religion is recognized by both Muslim and Muslim because we are people of book who have served one God. What is most important to us is that how do we use our position to make sure that our people get what they want.
PDP National Chairman, Senator Iyorchia Ayu, says he has not resigned from his office as being featured in some media outlets.
Boswam, special advisor to the national chairman on media and communication, in his statement explains that the purported story that the PDP chairman's resignation letter is with former president of the Senate, David Mark, is in its entirety false, baseless, reckless, inaccurate, and a complete work of fiction. It adds that if Ayu had resigned, he would give his resignation letter to the deputy chairman, not Senator Mark, as Section 45, subsection 1 and 2 of the party's constitution is clear on this, more so that Senator David Mark is not even a member of the party's National Working Committee. In another development, the National Strategic Committee of PDP New Generation has approved the appointment of 6 spokespersons for its Youth and Women National Campaign Council. The Campaign Council is for the presidential, governorship, senatorial, House of Representatives and House of Assembly candidates of the People's Democratic Party for 2023 general elections. This is in line with the mandate of the National Strategic Committee to steer the second phase of Operation Rescue Nigeria with the team Reset Nigeria. The spokespersons are Daria Kini, Southwest, Mohammed Ahmed Gorko, Northeast, Obande Gideon, North Central, Princess Nikki Onyeri, Southeast, Honorable Halima Zuberu Dambata, Northwest, and Grace Titi Fretzin, South.
All right, as you can see, other parties are getting ready for elections. You need your party to push you forward. But at the moment, it seems as if, first of all, you have to let the center hold and that things don't fall apart before you even make the push. How do we rescue the entire process?
The center is holding, but we have a lot of scratch by the side. We're trying to push them away, things that are pulling us behind. The center is intact. The party is intact. We have a lot of obstacles. We have to surmount it and continue our way. And let me tell you, we're doing a campaign. We don't need to come and be shouting on the street. We're doing our campaign. Our party is stronger.
But you have 2 candidates at the moment.
No, we don't have 2 candidates.
There are 2 names.
No. How can somebody who conducted a primaries in AA lost and come back and jump into a party and got a ticket without the primaries? There's electoral acts. The people that are working with them in INEC should be careful because electoral act will catch on them and they will go to jail. A man, the party, it said you cannot be nominated for 2 times in the same position in 2 parties. It is automatically null and void. There was no primaries. Let them show us their primaries on national TV. And the courts, the police, They are all supposed to be there to monitor whatever happened. But by the time we go to court, the court will give the judgment. You see that the signature was automatically forged. I know my signature. My signature is in INEC. In the form, if it's in my field, my signature is there. So if somebody come and forge my signature, INEC should have looked very carefully and said, okay, call this candidate, let us confirm. But they didn't do those things because somebody somewhere in INEC is manipulating something.
All right, these are some of the claims you have made, but let's quickly let you speak a little bit about your mandate to Nigerians. I'm sure part of your mandate to Nigerians now will be an action against forgery.
Yes. And my mandate to Nigerians is to rescue Nigeria. And the party is part of Nigeria that I want to rescue. So we have to rescue Nigeria. And Nigerians should understand that I stand against irregularity at all levels. I stand against injustice. I stand against all forms of crime. What we need in Nigeria is a fresh blood. Not all these people that have been old wine in a new bottle. You need somebody who is not stained by any political dents from any angle. Nigeria should look at national rescue movement. No other party in Nigeria have the right to talk about rescuing Nigeria because all these parties have been part of the Nigerian quagmire today. It is only National Rescue Movement and Maazi Okudelenwanyajike that have the right to talk about rescuing Nigeria. So get rescued and join us.
All right, so, and hopefully also you'll be rescued from the quagmire.
I am rescued.
Even
I am
in
rescued.
the party. All right, that's been the program as Anyajike as the second guest, and of course we had the Deputy Governor of Kano State also with us earlier in the program. I was speaking about the APC out there in Kano State, and what would happen. A lot of people are looking at almost what a lot of people are already calling a three-way battle for the soul of the state in 2023. That has been the program. It is the political season. What we always say is play your politics for the greater good. But keep on watching the Nigerian Television Authority, where we serve you the political stories hot and undiluted with news, reviews, previews, and interviews. Bye-bye now.